Today, we're talking about how to build an aesthetic physique. This physique looks great and it's capable of significantly improving your confidence and attraction. So, you need to train your back, your chest, your shoulders, and your lower abs. Once you get those four things down, you will have an aesthetic physique. Now, I'm not saying that you can skip legs or not hit upper abs or hit any other muscle group that I didn't include because those are still important. Your legs are definitely important. You don't want to have a big upper body and no legs. That's going to look goofy. That's going to look weird. I know you know those guys in your gym that look weird as hell because they have chicken legs, but they're buff. You can choose whatever workout split that you want to do, whether that's push pull leg, Arnold split, or upper lower. My split really targets the aesthetic muscles like my shoulders, my chest, my back. I pretty much have separate days for all three of those. Train 3 to 6 days per week. I train 6 days a week because I have the time and my body is able to recover faster. Honestly, you can go with anything. Six is going to build you more muscles, obviously, because you're doing twice of legs, back, chest. But if you're a beginner, I would recommend just starting with three. You're going to build muscle either way, and you don't want to burn yourself out too quickly. I typically do 3 to 4 sets per workout. That's the most optimal range. You don't want to go too much. You don't want to go 5 sets because that's going to tire your muscles out. You don't want to go too low either because then you won't have enough volume. Each set should be 10 to 12 reps. I know that people say to gain mass, to gain muscle, you should lift heavy versus a high amount of reps. But in my experience, lifting 10 to 12 reps, 10 to 15 reps is really good for aesthetics. It's a lot better for that kind of V-taper body. One of the most important things when it comes to your training is focusing on your mind muscle connection. If you don't know what that is, it essentially is when you are doing an exercise, say I'm doing lat pull downs. I should really be focusing on stretching my lats, like really feeling my lats. That's what mind muscle connection is. Mind muscle connection can be very difficult, especially if you're a beginner. I haven't really had good mind muscle connection until recently, and I've been lifting for a year. Next time you work out, I want you to really focus on your mind muscle connection. Next time you're doing pull ups or inclined dumbbell bench, I want you to really focus on the target muscle. Feel the squeeze, feel the stretch. I'm not going to give you specific workouts and exercises to do because there's a million other videos on YouTube that you can go watch about what exercises hit what muscle. Next, we're going to talk about diet because you cannot build the V-taper shape without a good diet. If you are skinny, like me, you need to dirty bulk. And I know what you're probably thinking, you've probably been told that clean bulking is better for you as a skinny guy, but that is not true. I tried clean bulking and it was not working. I was getting my protein in, I was doing the things necessary, except I wasn't seeing any results. It was because I wasn't getting enough calories in. It is really hard to get calories in when you are lean bulking. Please resort to bulking, to dirty bulking. Eat pizza for dinner if you need to. If you need to get your calories in, eat pizza for dinner. I used to go from eating no pizza at all. I was like a health nut. Like I didn't eat anything bad for me. And that was a disciplined choice by me, but my gains suffered because of it. My newbie gains were not as good because I wasn't eating as much food. So then I start eating a lot of food and then I start gaining a lot of weight, but not just like fat, if that makes sense. I started gaining like lean muscle. And obviously my genetics are, pretty good. Like I'm a lean athlete. So it's easier for me to put on muscle instead of put on fat. And I also have a really fast metabolism. Now, if you're a skinny guy like me, you have this advantage too. You have a fast metabolism. Maybe not an athlete's body, technically, but you can still put on lean muscle a lot better. So don't be afraid to eat pizza for dinner or have a bowl of ice cream at the end of the night if you need to get your calories in. Now, it's a different story if you're overweight. If you're overweight, you should clean bulk. You should go the option that I first took when I was trying to build muscle, but it's going to work a lot better for you than it did for me. If you decide to clean bulk, you're still going to be in that calorie surplus, where you can build muscle. You're going to be hitting your protein and you're only going to be slightly eating maybe 300 calories above your maintenance calories. Now, this is good because you will build muscle and maybe maintain weight and you might lose weight. But this is a good thing because you want to build muscle while not also dropping a bunch of weight. If you decide to cut with no muscle and you're just going from, not working out at all, having no muscle to cutting, then when you cut, you're just going to lose fat and there's going to be no muscle there. You're kind of just going to look like blubber, if that makes sense. Like, I know you've seen pictures of those guys with like loose skin because they decided to lose weight, except they didn't really have any muscle to kind of cover that. I want you to clean bulk for a year. You need to stay consistent on your diet and on your training. Train hard, make the right decisions with your diet. Don't eat ice cream, don't eat cake, don't eat pizza, don't eat very processed things. Stick to eggs in the morning for breakfast, lean meat for lunch, and something. If you're a teenager, whatever mom makes for dinner. If you're older, then you can cook up something for dinner. But that's the meal. That's the clean bulking meal that I would give you. Consistency is going to be so important for you because this single trait is what is going to allow you to build the physique. The days where you don't want to go to the gym, the days where you said you were going to go to the gym but you don't feel like it, you need discipline and you need consistency to push through. That is why consistency is so important. If you're not consistent in the gym, you're not going to have an aesthetic physique. I've made it my mission to be as consistent as possible in everything that I do because consistency is the secret ingredient to long-term success in the future. So my advice to you is to learn to love it. Love the grind, dude. Love the hard work that you're putting in. And look at yourself in the mirror and say that you're proud. You hit a lift. Say it to yourself in the mirror, I'm one step closer to my goal. I'm one step closer to becoming a lifter. Focus on consistency. Eat right, eat a lot, and stay focused. Stay disciplined. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.